With all the bad news and cancellations and things of that nature, it's nice to talk about 3 new titles starting up. So what are those? Well, we've got one kind of from each company, not DC, but the others. Let's talk about it. Hey everybody, this is Perch. 3 new comics to talk about relatively quickly, but it's news. So first off, Scott Snyder and Tony Daniel are doing a new Image comic, and I'm seeing some reporting that's pretty inaccurate around how all this is going. So basically, this is a new series, and it's called Nocternal, spelled weird, but Nocternal. It's intended to debut in 2021-ish, early. So let's just go March. That's not an official date, but let's just say, early 2021. Let's say March. And it's Tony Daniel working with Scott Snyder of Batman and Batman fame, really. Of course, they've done a lot of other things. And the basic pitch for this is that Nocturnal takes place 10 years after the world is plunged into an everlasting night that turns all living creatures into monstrous shades. Enter Valentina Val Riggs, a skilled ferryman who transports people and goods along deadly unlit roads with her heavily illuminated 18-wheeler. So it's a post-apocalyptic. It's a world. Those are popular these days, especially since we're kind of living in one. Anyway, when an old man promising sanctuary offers Val a job to drive him and his granddaughter up through the Rocky Mountains, she takes it, hoping there might be some truth to his claim. What she finds in the end, though, is something much more horrifying than any shade. So expect monsters and guns and darkness and dark colors. That's what we're getting here. And, a shapely protagonist. So this is an Image comic. It's coming out from Image. It's being done through Image. And so that is what it is. However, here's the thing. It's also going to have a collector's edition of the first issue early on Kickstarter, and expect to see a lot more of this. And this is where basically there will be a unsigned soft cover and then a hardcover signed by Snyder and Daniel. The team is setting a goal of 37,000 as Kickstarter, which is all a bunch of, I'm just going to say it's a bunch of malarkey at this point. A bunch of the here's a Joe Biden word. A bunch of the top level creators set these goals really low, knowing that they're going to blow way past them. I mean, and absolutely they're going to raise more than 37,000 for sure. There's zero worries about this, except if people decide they don't want a collector's edition, but just the idea of an autographed hardcover Snyder Daniel new Image series #1 issue, you get it early. Yeah, it's going to make it. But I'm not saying, by the way, no shade. They can set that number for whatever they want. But I always kind of cracks me up a little bit when I look at these Kickstarters or Indiegogos and they set this like, we're hoping to raise $10,000. It's like, okay, well, you're clearly going to raise more than that. But anyway, it's all fine. Then it says, you made 5,000% of your original goal, and it's good marketing. Blah, blah, blah. It's all good. Sounds like a fun little comic. We'll see how it is. This collector's edition is not just going to be pencils and script, but it sounds like they're promising a behind-the-scenes look at how the comic actually gets made. So maybe a little bit more, hopefully, a little bit more than just script and pencils. That's kind of played out at this point. I think Marvel's doing. I ran across the Iron Man 2020 director's cut version, and it's like, wow, this is a thing. Wow. Anyway, so coming on Kickstarter, not Indiegogo, but what you're getting for Kickstarter is the first issue. This is not a creator-owned, crowd-funded comic. It is a Image comic where a special edition of the first issue is going via Kickstarter. Okay, make sense? Makes sense. All right, the next one to go over is old IDW has announced a brand new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles sequel, Jennika. It is a limited series, and this is featuring the new breakout member Jennika will return in a solo limited series. Writer-artist Bram Revel kind of coming back again to run this. It's going to be a 6-issue limited series starting in November, and dealing with the interesting kind of backdrop of humans and mutants and where Jennika fits in this, trying to find her way in this dangerous world of Mutant Town and monsters, and there's conspiracy. Anyway, a bunch of people like this. We don't know who else is appearing. It is a solo book. There's at least some hint that maybe Casey Jones is going to be part of this. Don't know. If you're a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles fan, this probably is good news. It's more Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles content, and like mentioned, most people were positive around Jennika. A few people, very much against. But at any rate, it had some attention. I'm sure it will do plenty well. So the last bit of news is news we don't fully know. By the time this video comes out, I'm sure, knowing my luck, there will be more news because we are going to hear more today on oldmarvel.com. But basically, we're promoting a Wolverine black, white, and red all over, which may sound pretty similar to Harley Quinn's black, white, and red. I'm sure that's just a total coincidence. That, of course, is a digital-first storyline. We're not sure exactly what we're getting here. But we should get some more news later today. It feels like it's going to be a digital, title. It may be a weekly, but it sounds like a black and white and some red for color version. However, if it is digital only, Andy Kubert is at least looking to do, I think, is the artist for this. So if they do go digital first, or that's first sign that Marvel is actually putting some really serious talent on a digital effort. So Wolverine, the pictures we get has Wolverine in his Grant Morrison jacket costume and a lot of Weapon X stuff with the little helmet. And so it looks like some stories. Again, we don't know completely what it is. I'm speculating at this point. But so again, we'll hear all of what this is. This is something that apparently went into production some time ago. Marvel made some noise about this back kind of during the pandemic that this was going on. Again, we don't know if it's going to be print and digital, or digital only, or print then digital, or digital then print, or who knows. But something to keep an eye on. It's another Wolverine title, because if there's one thing that is absolutely clear, we need more Dawn of X titles. There's just not enough in them. But anyway, there you go. So we got 3 new series coming out, a new Wolverine book of some form. We've got a new Ninja Turtles book, and we've got this Scott Snyder, Tony Daniel Nocturnal book. So a lot of excitement there. And yeah, it's nice to see some new titles being promoted. This is, again, the kind of stuff you kind of would have hoped would have come out during San Diego Comic-Con, just saying. At any rate, I'll leave with this kind of in the humorous news department, at least to me. Fantagraphics Books is getting a new logo and a shorter name, claiming that Fantagraphics Book it's an old name and sounds dusty and limiting. So Fantagraphics Books will be changing their name, drumroll, to Fantagraphics. So they're dropping the books part and kind of updating the colors a little bit. So anyway, it's all good. It's all good. Yeah, this is news. All right, hey everybody, what title are you most excited by? Does any of those what are you going to definitely be buying? Let me know in the comments below. Like, subscribe, click the bell for notifications if you're into that. Follow me on social media. All your comments, wonderful. Read them all, but most importantly, thank you for listening.